the side hustle tax mistake that triggers an IRS audit. You started a side hustle, made $15,000 this year, and you're thinking about keeping it off your taxes because it's just side income. Or maybe you're writing off 100% of your car, phone, and meals because you use them for business sometimes. Both mistakes will get you audited and cost you way more than the taxes you tried to avoid. I'm about to show you the 3 biggest side hustle tax mistakes that trigger IRS red flags, and exactly how to report your income the right way so you keep more money legally. The biggest myth about side hustle income. Here's what people think. If I make under $20,000 or if I get paid in cash, I don't have to report it. Wrong. Dead wrong. The IRS requires you to report all income, period, whether it's $500 or $50,000, whether you get a 1099 form or not, whether it's cash, Venmo, PayPal, or cryptocurrency. All of it must be reported. A threshold that requires your client to send you a 1099 is $600 for most work. But just because you didn't get a 1099 doesn't mean the income is tax-free. You're still legally required to report it. Not reporting income is tax evasion. It's a federal crime. The IRS has sophisticated matching systems that compare reported income across databases. They will find out, and the penalties are brutal. A real wake-up call? 3 years ago, I had a client who made $22,000 from freelance design work. Half came through platforms that issued 1099s. The other half was cash and Venmo payments from small clients. She only reported the $11,000 that came with 1099 forms. She thought the cash income was invisible. 2 years later, the IRS audited her. They cross-referenced her bank deposits, Venmo transaction history, and even found her invoices through a client who had deducted her services as a business expense. She owed $3,100 in back taxes, $900 in penalties, and $400 in interest. Plus, she had to pay her accountant $1,500 to help navigate the audit. Total cost of hiding $11,000 in income, $5,900. If she just reported it correctly from the start, she would have owed about $2,500 in taxes and been done with it. The 3 audit triggers. Trigger 1. Not reporting 1099 income. When someone pays you over $600 and issues a 1099 NEC or a 1099K, the IRS gets a copy too. They have automated systems that match those 1099s to your tax return. If the 1099 says you earned $5,000 but your tax return doesn't show that income, you get an automated letter demanding payment plus penalties. This isn't even a full audit, it's automatic enforcement. Report every single 1099 you receive. Even if you think it's wrong, report it, and then deduct your business expenses to reduce the taxable amount. Trigger 2. Claiming 100% business use of personal items. This is huge. People claim 100% of their car, phone, internet, and home as business expenses when they also use them personally. The IRS knows this is impossible. Nobody uses their car or phone exclusively for business. When they see 100% deductions for personal use items, it's a red flag. Be honest about business use percentages. Use your car 60% for business, deduct 60% of expenses. Use your phone 40% for business, deduct 40% of the bill. Keep a mileage log for your car and time logs for phone and internet usage. If audited, you need to prove your percentages. Trigger 3. Deducting lavish or personal expenses. The IRS sees right through people who try to write off family vacations as business trips or expensive dinners as client meetings. Red flags include international travel with no clear business purpose, daily Starbucks runs claimed as client meetings, designer clothes claimed as uniforms, your kid's laptop claimed as business equipment. Only deduct expenses that are ordinary and necessary for your business. Ordinary means common in your industry. Necessary means helpful and appropriate for your business. How to report side hustle income correctly. Step 1. Track everything. Use a separate bank account for business income and expenses. Use apps like QuickBooks, Self-Employed, Wave, or even a simple spreadsheet. Record every dollar that comes in and every business expense that goes out. Step 2. Save for quarterly taxes. Side hustle income isn't taxed automatically like W-2 wages. You're responsible for paying estimated quarterly taxes. Set aside 25% to 30% of your side hustle income for taxes. If you make $20,000 from your side hustle, save $5,000 to $6,000 for taxes. Pay quarterly estimates to avoid penalties. Step 3. Report all income on Schedule C. Side hustle income goes on Schedule C of your tax return. This is where you report business income and deduct legitimate business expenses. Gross income minus business expenses equals your net profit. You pay taxes on the net profit, not the gross income. Step 4. Deduct only legitimate business expenses. Home office space used exclusively for business. Equipment and supplies used for business. Advertising and marketing costs. Professional services like web hosting or software subscriptions. Mileage or actual car expenses at the business use percentage. Keep receipts, invoices, and records for everything you deduct. Step 5. Pay self-employment tax. This catches people off guard. When you're self-employed, you pay both the employee and employer portion of Social Security and Medicare taxes, 15.3% on top of your income tax. On $10,000 net profit, you'll owe about $1,530 in self-employment tax, plus income tax based on your bracket. Real example breakdown. Let's say you made $18,000 from a side hustle and had $4,000 in legitimate business expenses. Gross income, $18,000. Business expenses, $4,000. Net profit, $14,000. Self-employment tax on $14,000, $2,142. Income tax at 22% bracket, $3,080. Total tax owed, $5,222. If you had not reported the $18,000, thinking it was under the radar, you'd owe $5,222 plus 20% to 40% in penalties plus interest plus potential audit costs. You'd be looking at $8,000 to $10,000 in total liability. Just report it correctly from the start. What expenses you can actually deduct? 100% deductible. Equipment used only for business. Laptop, camera, software. Supplies and materials directly used in delivering your service or product. Advertising and marketing costs. Professional fees. Accountant, lawyer, web designer. Business insurance. Partially deductible based on business use percentage, vehicle expenses, mileage or actual expenses, phone and internet, business use portion only, home office, square footage used exclusively for business. Not deductible, personal expenses disguised as business, commuting from home to a regular job, clothing, unless it's a true uniform, not suitable for everyday wear. Entertainment and meals beyond the 50% business meal deduction. When you should talk to a tax professional. If you're making over $10,000 annually from your side hustle, hire a CPA or enrolled agent for at least 1 year. They'll set up your tracking systems properly and show you what's deductible. It's a $300 to $800 investment that can save you thousands in taxes and audit risk. If you're audited, never go alone. Hire a tax professional immediately. The IRS will eat you alive if you try to represent yourself. What you should do this week. Open a separate bank account for your side hustle if you don't have one. Start tracking all income and expenses immediately, even if you're already halfway through the year. Set aside 25% to 30% of every side hustle payment for taxes. Put it in a separate savings account and don't touch it. Calculate if you need to make quarterly estimated tax payments. If you'll owe more than $1,000 in taxes on your side hustle, you're required to make quarterly payments. Keep receipts and records for every business expense. Take photos of receipts and store them digitally. If you've been underreporting income, consult a tax professional about your options. Coming clean voluntarily is always better than getting caught. If you found this valuable, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. I drop new finance strategies every week that most creators won't tell you about. Also, visit Own Your Finance blog for more in-depth financial tips and hacks, whether it's side hustles, taxes, business strategies, and more. Don't forget to download my free guide, Finally Break Free from Living Paycheck to Paycheck, the simple 10-step budget that actually works, and start building real wealth today. Don't miss it. Thanks for watching and have a great day.